Welcome back. Unfortunately, this week we are missing one of our main players. And also with that, one of our other players, unfortunately, Kale, has no longer is able to play on our team. So, with that being said, if anyone out there would like to try out or join our team, go ahead and take a carrier pigeon, send it to me with your name and address. Sorry. Go ahead and we'll go with shoot Ruby a chat with your full medical history. And no, don't do that. Go ahead and shoot one of us a chat, and we'd love to take a look because we would like to round out the team as 4 is the perfect D&D number. I don't care what everybody says. And with that, we are going to continue where we left off after a small fight of zombies. The party is going to be exploring the city of Angels. No, wait. You take a second look and it's Angels, City of Angels. You are actually in the city of L.A. Or Los Angeles, if you prefer. All right, cool. You got a chance to take a look at the map, even though I didn't mean to show you that. And now you can start off where your characters are, somewhere in the tiny room that you exit after having murdered all of the zombies. As you... Go ahead.
Would like to point out, I barely murdered them. I just tried to get them away.
Okay, I would like to point out the fact that suddenly the room that we were just in is dark, and now we're in a tiny little space where none of us can see anything except the door in front of us. What happened?
Okay. As you walk to the top of the stairs that are not marked because I was lazy, you see a single zombie staring at a small box. You hear this consistent clicking noise at seemingly random intervals, sometimes one, sometimes multiple. It doesn't seem to look at you. It doesn't seem to notice you. It is absorbed, entranced by whatever this square box is. With your dark vision, you look at this box and you can tell it is glowing slightly, but as your dark vision is outside of the normal visual spectrum, a computer screen would be very, very difficult to decipher, especially on an old school monitor. I decided after reading one tiny article on Science Magazine.
You okay there,
But
DM?
I'm not bitter about dark vision, or the fact that everyone has it these days.
Sure.
The zombie does not seem to react. It instead continues clicking. And you realize whatever drug this creature is on is more powerful than anything you have ever seen before.
Maybe we should just let this one be. He's not hurting anyone. Now who's a murder hobo? Thought you're supposed to be lawful, Sona.
You took the vow of war on drugs. It's not very popular and highly ineffective, but it has very clear rules.
I would like to congratulate drugs for winning the war on drugs. It only took 40 years fighting yourself, but...
You know, it's been a continuous cycle. We're doing the best we can. Not gonna lie.
Hang on a second. Are you speaking for drugs, or...
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. About as close as the stream is gonna get. I'm sorry.
All right. Can I nudge him with my sword, just like a little poke?
Sure.
This is the scene Frozen
As you
where Hans is trying to say, like, I'm gonna tell him about Olaf. Can't wait to see Summer.
Yeah.
And
as you poke it with the sword, the response is, eh.
Can I nudge it with my shield now? Just kind of like push it into the wall, see what happens.
As you begin pushing the creature towards the wall, it slides comfortably to the right on its chair and then begins to move the box it is staring at, unblinking the whole time.
See, if I poked you with my sword, you would be much more upset than that. Maybe we should just maybe.
Well, but box, it glows.
So?
I want to know what the box glows for.
Regularly go through portals. You want to add another magic object to our lives?
Yes. No. Maybe.
Do you want to?
Nah, let's go exploring. And I start walking towards the stairs and the door.
Here to try to get a look at the box, like over his shoulder.
As you start looking at the box and get closer to the creature, it seems completely oblivious. You do see slight shades, but your eyes are unable to make out the shade of what it is. And images and objects on this whatever seem to be flashing and moving quickly, but you're unable to decipher what they are.
I open the door and just walk right through it.
Yeah, I think we should leave this one alone. I'm gonna, like, usher Ildren in the door.
Okay. As you guys begin to leave, Ildren follows you guys.
It's a very long hallway.
Yeah, walking outside, you see a strange, almost road of some kind. Moving forward, there are things moving very quickly, and you decide going northward would be dangerous. But going in any other direction is probably fine for right now, as whatever those things are moving very quickly. They seem to be made of some sort of a metal and other forms of substance you're not familiar with. So you decide to avoid them.
You want to play rock, paper, scissors, and which direction we go?
Well, there's some cool, like, statues down that way. I want to go look at those.
What? What? Oh. What? I literally had to zoom all the way out to see what you were talking about.
Sure.
Okay. All right. No rock, paper, scissors. Let's go.
As Ildren starts to mindlessly follow you, he stops for a second and goes, hang on a second, I have to check on something. I'll be right back. And he disappears.
Wait. All right. You know what? Fine. And I walk past your store and just like, if he comes back, we'll deal with him later.
All right. I'd like to say this is fine. Last time he did this, he was supposed to just go on a quick, thing for his side of the Feywild, and the next time I found him was when we were fighting the Gorgon. So,
well, at least you found him.
That's a good point. All right, let's go.
Okay. Onward, down the path we go.
As you skip merrily along the path, what are you guys wearing exactly?
I mean, it's full chain armor, leather armor outfit, probably.
Have
still.
you seen anybody other than the zombies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you're walking around, you start to notice people. That's why I'm asking to go ahead and, it's been a little while, go ahead and do a full head-to-toe description of your guys' selves.
So Sana's starts at the top with the horns, the red, they come down, and the hair. It's not too short, not too long. It's kind of like right here. And then it's red skin, black eyes, and then you got this armor that she's wearing that covers about, like her arm, middle of her arms. She's got a sword strapped to her waist where she's got a belt, and she's actually got a shield on her back. And then she's got leather pants and nice leather boots on, all very sturdy and durable and comfortable for her size and stature. And her hands are red too, which is her hands and her neck and her face are the only thing, along with her horns, that you can see of her skin. Everything else is covered and protected, pretty much.
And Yosara?
Yosara's like base underclothing is kind of like you see in this picture, the like purple, I don't know what fabric that would be, maybe chiffon or something.
I don't know what that is, so
it might be like a breathable cotton or something that's good to wear long term.
Yeah. A lightweight purple fabric, but I have leather armor on. I have a cloak. I have an elven cloak on. You see a short bow strapped to my back, with some feathers tied to it, and kind of handful of random pieces of like jewelry or accoutrement that she's just sort of slowly pilfered from things. There's some sort of flask-looking thing tied to my hip, and then like a pouch on the other side. But as we're looking around, I'm definitely going to Mask of Many Faces try to hide some things that are sticking out, like my weapons, and make myself look a little bit more inconspicuous.
Okay.
Because that's what I've been taught to do.
By the way, I forgot to mention I have my pack, my like bag, my pack
Yeah,
that I carry with me is behind my shield, so like my shield's on top of it, protecting my back, and I am in no way am hiding myself because Sana is used to having to stand out and has always stood out as she looks the way she does, and so she just kind of is literally like these looks that people might be giving her if they think she's strange in any way. She doesn't even recognize them now because she's going about what she does, which is
Of course. Along with that, just for funsies here, Yosara, give me a perception roll as you quickly realize you're not looking anything like the other people walking around. You look at the first one you see. It is a girl. She's probably early 20s, looks kind of cute, short black hair, got some big earrings on. She has a black shirt on. It says something like Weirdos on it. There's a square with some sort of a picture, and instinctively you quickly Mask of Many Faces into this person. You notice some artwork on her arm, but you're not able to get it just right because you're just making that snap judgment. Her pants are some sort of a blue material, but you feel pretty comfortable just snapping into. Oh, I'm sorry. I genuinely, it looked like jeans.
Make it for everyone, by the way.
totally a pair of jeans. I thought it was a pair of
Okay,
jeans,
so basically from what I'm seeing, you snap into her and realize she's not wearing pants.
Uh-oh.
So you just wing it, or we'll just say it's jeans because I can't actually see what you're wearing under your shirt. That sounded wrong. What you're wearing below the
waistline.
Okay, so changing the subject, you have snapped into this person.
Nice recovery. Good job. Good job.
Really excellent charisma roll. Yeah.
Whew, whew.
The DM takes 4 shame damage. Which I'm pretty sure means you get to add a +4 to 1 random die at some point tonight, just for funsies.
Success.
He said it. It's canon now.
It's canon. Established.
We need to do a one-off session of, and if anyone else thinks this is a good idea, let's do it. Of like something that is not super important story-wise, where we can just kind of play, but every time you like flub a roll or something, you have to take a shot of something.
I genuinely thought that's what we were doing for the last 6 months.
Or like if you miss an attack, you crit fail an attack, you have to drink. Like we
so
just
I did not want it, and you just.
I love this game. I'm thinking 15 or above is a shot for the DM, and 5 or less is a shot for the players.
Chat, please ignore my other players in this, because just to let you know, Ruby's done a stream where she's taken a bunch of shots, and it did not end well for Ruby. And
I don't have to drive home. I say we do it.
You could do shots of wine. You could do shots of beer. It doesn't have to be
I'd be
liquor.
okay with that as long as it's not liquor, because I did a live liquor stream once. Very recently, I might add, and the recovery was exactly 24 freaking hours, and I don't want to do that again.
Chat, I'll do that. I'm a bartender in my muggle life. I will do that anyway.
Oh gosh, chat. All right, we're gonna move along. Moving on to the story of Rosara turning into Yosara. Wait, no, Yosara turning into Yosara.
Yosara. Yeah, so Yosara turns into the meta, and as this What?
There's a lot of people that we don't really match. There's kind of this quieter section over here. Do we want to go down here?
What? Okay. What? I
Like,
mean, I thought you wanted to look at the statues, but sure. Where do you want to go? I don't really know where we are.
I mean, yeah, the statues look pretty. Okay.
Okay, no. Hold on. We already had a conversation about that, chat. We're not doing that, okay? If you did it and it was for this stream, it might be different, but we're not doing that. Your friends are crazy. Moving on. Sure, Yosara, if you want to go down that, I am totally fine. Wherever you want to go.
In chat, absolutely. We bring your friends, we'll do a drinking stream.
You don't want them to be there. I'll explain to you the story behind that later of why those friends don't need to be around. Anyways, continuing onward.
Anyway, I'm gonna try and touch this statue thing that is glowing.
All right, I'm just gonna follow after Yosara and see what she's doing.
As you walk up to the statue and go to touch it, it suddenly, almost seemingly magically turns from red to green. And then these giant objects begin moving in many different directions, and you realize this magic is beyond your understanding. This is like nothing you've ever seen before. You see people walking by almost unassumingly, except one of them kind of does you an up and down, just does that to Sana, just stops and kind of looks you up and down, nods head, and continues walking. Everyone walking by Yosara walks by without a second glance, as if Yosara has suddenly blended into the background. But as people walk by you, Sana, you're given glances up and down and like nods almost of approval.
I start looking between these random people and Yosara, and I'm just like, not again. Okay. Did you change the light by touching the statue, you think? I asked Yosara.
You know, I'm not sure. I wasn't trying to, but maybe if I touch it again, it'll... Let me test this. And I go and touch it again.
You touch it, nothing happens, nothing happens. It suddenly changes. This time, you're sure it was just a delayed reaction, but it was definitely because of your touching it.
Interesting.
Maybe. Yeah, I did that.
Okay. Well, that's new. You didn't used to be able to do that before. All right, well, what else do you want to learn about these, and do you want to just keep walking?
Do you think that other one does the same thing? And I'm gonna try and go to the other statue.
I mean,
okay.
I would assume, sorry, wait, I would assume that it does, and she's like already way ahead of me all the way down.
Yeah, as you cross, you notice that there's these white lines painted going what would be map up. And again, you instinctively know probably shouldn't go that direction, at least not right now. Everything south of this area seems to be good for walking. Everything north feels dangerous for some reason. These things seem dangerous yet unaggressive.
Yosara, I don't know if you should touch that. I mean,
you mean this?
Yosara, really? I mean,
this time when you touch it, immediately the color changes and things start moving around.
I'll be honest, Sana, I didn't think it would work.
Yeah, I don't really know either. It almost seems a little unpredictable, and I start looking kind of around at it. And I'm gonna roll a perception roll to see if I can kind of understand what's going around. Probably won't, but gonna give it a shot.
As you start this perception roll, suddenly you realize that 3 seemingly human males with very punchable faces kind of walk around you. They're seeming to examine you, and one of them just goes, "Cool costume!" And suddenly it holds up a square object of some sort. Based off your... Oh, did you roll perception?
Not yet.
Go ahead, roll. Yeah, based off your perception roll, this whatever it is looks magical, and suddenly you hear it click and there's a bright flash. It's quick, it's sudden. What do you want to do?
Immediately, Sana's instinctual reaction is shield comes from behind her back, sword in hand, and she turns and faces them, and she says, "Are you challenging me by trying to blind me before you attack?" And like, it's dead serious. Like, there's no hesitation, straight face. She's facing the person that did this, and she's asking them if they're attacking her.
Well, it is Citizen 2 who is closest to you, and smiling ear to ear, he goes, "That's amazing! What are you in?"
"Are you attacking me or not?" Sana asks, confusion lacing her voice now because she doesn't understand what he means in. And her mind is starting to think that he is just saying she's in a battle, which is what she would assume because he just flashed something in her face.
Can
Yeah, go ahead.
Insight, I guess, to see if they look aggressive? Because I've just turned around and seen 3 people around.
Sure, go ahead. Roll insight to check their aggression level. Hyper non-aggressive. The only word to describe these 3 would be wimps. I mean, you could take them down, like a strong wind could take out all 3 of these guys. They look kind of jovial and happy and slightly intoxicated, but again, very punchable. But that might be just the facial structure. One of the ones goes, "Dude, she's method acting. Don't be rude. Just get your picture and go." And one's like, "Come on, selfie?" As the number 1 walks up to you and just goes, "Selfie?"
And Sana kind of steps back a little bit, having never heard that, and just kind of stands there almost like you know, the guard that you see in like different museums and stuff. And she's like, "Self?" And then she like freezes for a second, and in that second,
sounds like a selfie. He jumps up, puts his arm halfway around you, and selfies it.
And Sana just kind of is like starting to look around like for Yosara, almost in a panic, because some random citizen who she realizes now is not aggressive just kind of grabbed her and did something, and she really doesn't understand what's going on.
Trying to see how quietly I can pop up next to this dude.
Yep, you got it. Their reception's not great. So he has no idea you're there. The one who just took a selfie and the one who just took a picture get really excited, like, "Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait to see your movie when it comes out." The third one looks confused, and then the first 2 begin talking about what they think the movie is that's coming out, though they're both talking about completely different movies, and they start walking in the other direction. The third one kind of mouthing in a "I'm sorry for my friends" as they all walk away.
And Sana's head just like unconsciously starts just kind of nodding, not having any clue what they're talking about, but realizing that there was no aggression there, that she's okay. These guys weren't trying to hurt her. There was no assault. There was something they did magically that seemed to make them happy. So she sheaves her sword and her shield goes back to her back, and she starts looking around, not realizing she needs to look a little further down to find Yosara, because last she saw Yosara, she was like straight across the way from her. So she's like looking over there trying to see like where Yosara went this whole time.
I like whistle a little, like, "Hey, I'm here."
"Oh, hey, what, did you see that?"
Yeah, that was pretty weird, but harmless.
Yeah, it kind of spooked me a little bit at first, but obviously I don't really know what they wanted, but they left even happier than when they came up to me.
Kind of reminds me of like the Warriors playground, how everyone was fawning over the winning Warriors.
You know what? You're so right. That was really weird, though. I really hope that doesn't continue.
It might. Can we maybe make you a little less obvious?
I'm sorry. What? And like Sana literally looks at Yosara. She's not offended, but she's really confused by that statement.
You have like really obvious weapons on you. And I know that in the past, like, that's always been a really good thing, but we don't really know how this place works. None of them had weapons. I haven't seen anyone else with one.
But Yosara, the people we encountered as soon as we landed, had knives. They tried to stab all of us at least once. I will keep it sheathed for now, but my reaction will be to protect us should anything happen.
Yeah, but okay, but they had like that was barely a dagger. And like,
yeah, but magic, the flash, I mean, obviously that was non-threatening in the end, but what if it was threatening? It almost blinded me. It was quite bright, Yozara.
Alright, so I guess we've learned a couple of things. One, people are very interested in you here sometimes. Two, don't look at the magic boxes that people are holding up.
Yeah, they were really weird looking things. It fit right into their hand, you know? I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
one of those, that'd be cool, but I think we should, I don't know, maybe we need to go a little further down and try to find a quieter place out.
I mean, this is really loud, you know, whatever these things are flying past us. I mean, honestly, they seem to be really in sync with these pillars that you were touching. And anyways, I'd rather kind of get away from that.
I run over to the other one that saunas by, and I like slap my hand on it and see if it changes color.
As you slap your hand, you hear almost it say, "What the fuck?" But then you realize the "what the fuck" is coming from just beyond it, as the girl that you saw earlier and Mascamini faced into comes around the pillar looking at you. She backs up slowly, approaches slowly, like looking into a Black Mirror from Black Mirror. She slowly touches your face and her finger disappears. She immediately runs, disregarding traffic, through the traffic. You hear horns blaring, several screeches on brakes as she runs through the traffic. Isn't hit, but you can confirm running through that would be very, very dangerous, as she's nearly hit by many pieces of metal.
I'm gonna take this chance to like crouch down like I'm retying my shoe and change Mask of Many Faces a bit to just plain shirt, no longer has the same writing as her, longer hair, slightly different face.
Sana's gonna have kind of stepped in front of you, Sarah, after the lady like ran across and is just kind of like shielding her from whatever those things are out in the open, and is just kind of like whispers behind her, "You good? You got that, right?" What was that?
Looking a bit different. That was weird. We should go. Let's go this way.
Okay.
As you both stand up, you hear this strange siren, almost like a screaming, very similar to the sound that you just heard as people almost ran over this poor girl running through the street. You hear, "Beep, beep, looking good," directed at one of you, but you're not sure which one, as the vehicle drives off.
Are there people or creatures inside these weird things? Sana says, turning to Yosara as she kind of like looks a little bit. She moves just a hair forward, just looking, but then immediately steps back. Not really sure if she wants to even try what the other random person she saw cross do.
If there's people in them, do you think they're like, it's like a carriage or something?
I
like
move so fast though. How could that even be comfortable? I don't know. I think we should leave this. This baffles me.
Is this like a really shitty version of teleportation magic?
I mean, teleportation magic is almost instantaneous. This is something.
It's faster than
carriage and horse is what this most looks like, but like
it's faster than that, and there's no horse.
Yeah, but you hear that rumble, right? You hear that weird rumble?
So it's like a slow teleportation. Like it's still faster than walking, I guess, but like
yeah, technically, but I'd rather have my feet on the ground than in one of these. Anyways, I think we should get off whatever we're on. This path is not leading us the right direction. Let's try one of those, the side street you mentioned. Yeah, this one right here.
Let's just get out of here a little. I don't know, find something else.
Okay.
Yep. Moving on the side street, the smells and sounds of the city hit you as there's muffled talking and strange clinking and sounds that you've never heard before, many of them sounding almost metallic and some other form of magic you've never heard before. There's also strange smells of food and trash, some of it acrid, some of it exciting, some of it makes you hungry, some of it just smells terrible. It is a very weird place in every way.
Sana kind of grabs Yosara's shoulder and just goes, I'm getting a bit overwhelmed. This is a lot going on. My senses are not appreciative of what's going on. Oh.
Yeah, you see Yosara like put her hand over Sana's on her shoulder and be like, "Yep, this is a lot. Maybe if we go farther away, like from where the carriage things were, there'll be less noise. I don't know. Let's try and go farther."
Okay, I'm just hold on to your hand because my eyes are starting to I can't really see very well right now. This is just the noises, the sounds, smells. And so Sana keeps her hand on Yosara's shoulder, just kind of letting her kind of guide her through the...
I'm not going to add them in, but there would be several people just wandering around, not quite pushing past you, but, you know, about someone every 15, 20 feet as you get closer in. Many of them walking in small groups. They seem completely uninterested in Yosara, but every about 15th person that passes you, Sana, kind of takes notice and like looks and just kind of nods like, nice, and keeps going. This is not just guys, it's girls. Just there's a few children that go by and they kind of point and their parents smack their hands instinctively and drag them along.
Are we... has it abated any? Has it gotten a bit better, or am I getting accustomed to it?
Oh no, it's getting worse. Whatever building you are at to map left, the smell is overpowering. It is bright in there. It is orange. There is a heavy smell of food with some sort of seasoning you can't determine, and salt. You can definitely determine salt. And as you study the building on the top, you see a giant golden M.
Yes, sir. We gotta get away from this building. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I can't.
I think there's grass down there. Let's keep walking.
Okay. And like she kind of starts getting dragged by Yosara away from whatever it was.
Getting further from that place, definitely the smell begins to improve, as standing right there was pretty powerful. The building to your left does seem boarded up. Don't read too much into that. It is just a boarded up, unused building that we will not be using today. So anything boarded up, just, again, don't read too much into that. It's just...
Okay. That's better.
Yeah, as you go down that street, you look to your map right, and you see what looks like many different shops. They're small, built into some sort of what looks like a warehouse building. Yeah, and they've got different kinds of advertisements with many symbols that you just cannot read or determine. There's very little writing on any of this. But, yeah, they look like shops of some kind. People come in and out. They're holding bags.
Oh, hey. Sorry, maybe we could go sell. I've got some inventory that I wouldn't mind getting rid of. These looks like different stores we could go into. What do you think?
I mean, do we even know what they buy? Like, I don't see a blacksmith around here. I don't see anything that looks like an inn.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to maybe ask where an inn was. Lord knows, with the way my head's pounding, I might need a rest soon.
Do we know if gold works here?
Gold works everywhere, as far as I know.
Yeah, but it's like...
That's true. Well, we could always trade a piece of gold for whatever currency they have.
Yosara is determined right now. She just wants to get to the only natural things she's seen.
And Sana, kind of still being attached to her shoulder, ends up just kind of like being dragged behind her. It's like, what? Okay, fine, okay. And she's just like follows right next to her.
This pond.
Yeah, as you go in there, you're quickly approached by a older male human who just says, hey, you can look, but don't touch. Don't touch anything here.
Like, are my feet okay?
Well, are they touching the green? Then no, they're not okay. Stay on the sidewalk.
I mean, yours are too.
I'm allowed to be here. Guys, get off the sidewalk, and he kind of starts shooing you without touching you.
Sana kind of looks and says, why can't we be with nature? And she just kind of gives him a funny look of like, it's nature. Why can't we be
You can be with nature anywhere you want, except for right here. This is private residence. You're not allowed to be here.
Private homes, you mean? And Sana just kind of like gives him a questioning look, not understanding what the word residence, like she kind of understands it, but she's a little confused by his reference with private.
Yes, homes.
Who lives in them?
The legendary rapper 6699.
I don't know who that is, Sana says with a really like confused look on her face.
The old guy kind of cocks his head. Well, then open your phone and go to literally any of the YouTubes.
Wait, hold
and
on.
you'll be able to figure out who that is.
She holds up her hand and says, wait. What is a phone?
All right, I don't have enough time. Go away. You kids have fun. Enjoy your costume party and keep your girlfriend out of trouble.
Costume? This is... And Sana tries to get like offended and it's just like blustering like, this is
He starts walking away completely uncaringly and goes back to the sidewalk he's standing on.
Pointing at Sana, girlfriend? Ah?
Don't start, Sana says to you, Sara.
Nope, not gonna say anything.
Come on, girlfriend, Sana says as she starts to walk away and follows the path further down. And then Sana turns, seeing the guard standing there, and looks at him and says, are there other more open areas of green that one could walk through nearby?
Not in LA.
Well, that's disappointing. Wait. Seriously, though?
He scowls. But, like, yeah, seriously.
Thank you. And Sana turns away, very disappointed.
He's very confused by this. As everyone knows, nature has been eliminated from LA for decades.
Sana kind of leans against the wall and just looks at you and is like, now what?
Do I recognize any of the, like, flowers or anything around here?
Strangely, no. You've never seen any of them.
Yeah, I don't know if this really counts as nature, Sana.
Sana just like heaves a really deep sigh and it's just like, Mr. Person. And she doesn't know what he is. She just kind of points at him and says, can you point us to the nearest lodging? Hoping to use a term that he understands.
He does a long, hard blink and without speaking just points in the far right direction.
Okay. I think we should follow the pointing to the far right. Yosara, you good with that?
Yep, I think, sorry for intruding on your, private nature, I suppose. Thank you for helping us, and I hand him a gold coin.
He looks at it, bounces it, fascinated by this, takes it and walks away, puts his back to the sidewalk and begins examining this very closely.
All right, where are we going?
He pointed to the right, so maybe if we go up, like, by where the shops were, we can find it.
Okay, let's go. I really would love to find a place to stay for just a little bit of rest. This has been a harrowing journey.
Yeah, as you walk through there, you do see one sign that you recognize, and it is on the building to the bottom, and it just says police. And though it's not a common word, you're able to translate it as, for some reason, common in whatever language these people speak. Very, very similar. And in there you see a police officer sitting at a desk, looking completely different than the last guy you just saw.
Huh. And Sana kind of walks up confidently as she is a warrior and says, "Hello there. We were looking for lodgings. We were directed in this general direction. Would you happen to be able to give us more precise location of where we'd be able to lodge?"
He looks up from a smaller than the one you saw last time, square box, very similar in construction, and just says, I don't know. Use your phone. Go that way, probably. I think there's a hotel a couple blocks down.
And Sana kind of says, she holds up a finger and says, the phone thing. I do not have one of those and would appreciate assistance.
He pauses with a very slow blink. Okay, what? And then he sees you in the background, Yosara. Or, excuse me, yeah. He sees you in the background, Yosara, and he starts looking and goes, all right, where's the camera? Look, Demon walks up to a cop asking for a phone. There's got to be a camera. Is this one of those tick and or talks or you are under tubes videos you kids are always doing? Look, I don't have time for this. There is actual crime in this city.
Did you just call me a demon? I am a tiefling, sir. I am not a demon. I'm offended that you would think that I would dwell with Hellspawn.
Of course. Now it's even racist to call a demon a demon. Look, we police are sick of it. We're doing the best we can with what we've got.
Dude.
Come on, just go. And he starts trying to walk you out.
And she's like, literally like, all I want is actual directions to a lodging place. Why are you being this way? And Sana is literally baffled by what's happening right now.
He starts dragging you by the arm out. Do you resist?
I put my hand on Sana, like, as this is happening. I'm like, sir, we're very sorry. We would be happy to leave. Just please tell us the name of the closest hotel.
When Yosara put her hand on my arm, Sana immediately plants herself, not allowing him to move her any further because she knows she's stronger than him.
He's an old desk cop, so yeah, realizing he's not going to win that fight, he stops, sets back a little bit, and starts looking for one of his other fellow officers, and decides to try to resolve this peacefully by just saying, go down that way, you'll see a small group of hotels. You've got everything from Trump Hotel to the Hilton, the hotels that hurt your soul for staying in, but, it's kind of all we got here. It's LA.
And hotel is word for lodging? Sana asked, just trying to get clarification. Like, there's no offense to it. It's literally her just trying to clarify that hotel and lodging are the same.
Hotel means lodging.
Do you have any that won't hurt your soul? Yosara asks, fully serious.
Well, given the choice between those two, there's also a Motel 8 around there. That's probably your best bet. You'll see it. It has a big number 8 on top.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate your assistance today.
And then Sana says, thank you. And for your troubles. And she holds out 2 gold coins and just hands it to him and then turns and strides out.
He does not touch it. He steps back as if they are made of lava and he's like, I didn't touch it. He points to his other 2 officers. I'm not touching anything. I'm not taking anything. I'm going back to my job. I'll have the janitor clean those up. And he sits down, afraid to touch the gold.
And Sana says, is gold not the currency of the realm? Like, completely straight face. Totally confused.
He goes back down and starts looking at his computer. The other officers kind of stand in the background, like, waiting to see what's going to happen. And they're just, like, looking at you. They look at the gold. They look at you. They look at the other officer. He's not having any of it.
Sana puts it away and shrugs and then just walks out the door, just not even wanting to deal with this hypocrisy that she thinks is happening in front of her.
Yeah. As you walk out, you just hear, Jerry, you did much better this time. He's like, I've been really practicing, as you guys get out into the street.
Okay,
Right.
so I mean, at least now we know that a hotel is what they call lodging.
Yes.
Gold is not necessarily always good. Or
Apparently.
maybe I'm trying to walk as we say this, but I can't get my token. There we go, sorry. Maybe just this part of the realm, the guards are corrupt. Like, we've seen that before.
I mean, no, that's fair. I get that. I'm so surprised, usually when you retrieve information from anyone, if it's given freely, you try and assist them with, some sort of token. But I digress. Let us find this number 8 place he mentioned.
Hotel called 8.
Okay.
We can find it. We've done much harder things. Let's try to find this.
Yes, we got this. This is not going to be a big deal. And we start looking out for the number 8.
Yep. As you pass the next couple of buildings, this one looks fairly dilapidated and run down, but you can see a lot of just like junk in there. It's some sort of a warehouse store. It has a weird red symbol on it with a circle and a smaller circle in the middle, and says Target is how you're pretty sure it's spelled, but this one looks pretty run down.
Hey, yo, Sarah. I feel like it says Target, but like that doesn't sound right? Because I mean, that's not where you would shoot an arrow. Doesn't make any sense to. I mean, do you think there would be a weapon in here? I mean, maybe this is the blacksmith's? No.
Maybe it used to be like a practice range that just turned into storage. Like, it kind of looks like a target. Like, I could shoot that.
I mean, you would shoot it probably better than anyone else. It hasn't even been shot before. And Sana's like pointing up to the sign, like where it literally looks like a target. But wait, we were focused on the 8. We need to find the number 8. That's not what we're looking for. Come on, let's keep going.
You're right. Let's keep finding this hotel called 8.
Yes.
Yep, walking by that, the next store, you look at it, and it has a really weird animal on the front. It looks like some sort of a bison or a buffalo, but it has wings, as if it flies. Only the letters BWW on the bottom. It's loud in there. It smells like really cheap beer. Like, I'm talking the cheapest of beer. You guys have had cheap beer, especially traveling the realms. But this stuff smells like, glorified piss water. And there is a smell of some sort of a barbecue in there, and a bunch of, fairly attractive younger girls serving a whole bunch of families and small people in there. They seem to be, everyone in there having a good time, but many of these screens, these small boxes line the place with all sorts of flashing images on there. But again, because you have dark vision, your eyes just aren't able to quite make out the pictures and understand what's going on.
Hey, Yusara. Bet you 5 gold, that's a tavern. Bet you in this realm, this is what a tavern looks like. Don't know what the boxes are for, but bet you.
No, I'm not. Do you think I'm stupid? What? Of course it's a tavern. There's beer, there's some food, people are enjoying a day. It's kind of weird to see children here, but I don't know. Whatever. Maybe they're not children.
Why would you bring... Bet you they're midgets. Bet you they're small folk. Bet you they're small folk.
They prefer halflings. So.
Okay. Yes, they do prefer halflings, but honestly, I'm just gonna call them small folk. I can't with the halfling is too much. Small folk, halfling. I like small folk better. I just, that's fine. All right, where's the number 8? Where is the number 8?
Okay, I guess we're just gonna keep going this way to see if we can find an 8. I mean, if we don't find the 8 this way, maybe it's down like south.
You could be right.
Yep. On the right is some sort of a tavern or a bar. It has a image of what looks like some sort of a small pepper and says Chiles. And then again, yeah, smell of really, really cheap food that almost doesn't smell edible. Piss beer. But families in there and small children, as well as other things that you've never seen served as food before. It all has a weird texture look on it. You cannot tell from looking in at any of the food what animal any of the food came from.
Let's not go to this tavern.
You know what? I don't disagree. I think we should keep moving, but I feel like, oh my gosh. So, remember when we had Feast, right? Everybody gathered together? Like, I think the last place was a tavern. This just, like, looks like a feasting hall. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's a feast day. Maybe it's a holiday.
Maybe, you know, we don't know for sure in this realm what it is, but I bet you there's something going on. Bet there's something going on. This many people out eating. Like, I mean, both places were pretty busy as far as people go. So Anna's gonna keep walking down the road. The door is blocking her, but she's trying to get around it.
Sorry. Yeah, looking straight ahead, it's some sort of a strange big blue building. It just says Chase on the front and has a weird circle thingy. There's people sitting down at desks. It has no real smell to it. Looks pretty unassuming.
Bet they chase people for you. If you lost someone, I bet they'll chase after them for you.
It's bounty hunters.
Even better. Wonder if they could find Ildren. If we lose him, we should come back here and ask them. I think that's what we should do.
No, that could be a good idea. He usually turns up eventually, but if he doesn't,
Last time he turned to stone, honey. Last time he turned to stone. Just
and like
saying.
you said, we found it.
Yeah, but just saying, it's good to know that we could come to some place and be able to like get them to find him instead of us having to search the whole realm for him.
Okay, well, we've gone as far right as we can. Where is this 8? Do we go down now?
Well, down's been pretty good to us. I'd say we can try and go down and it wouldn't hurt us. Because we at least know up is that weird place with all those weird carriages. I'm going to call them carriages.
Okay, southward it is, I guess.
All right, down we go.
Sorry, I just got a really interesting text saying I maybe have just been promoted out of my current military unit, so...
Congratulations.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay,
I wouldn't mind leaving the unit, but I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, that just came as a complete shock to me.
That makes sense. That's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that building is still the Chiles.
Okay. Dan, where'd we go?
Yeah, apparently there's a small lake in LA. You know, it's apparently fairly new. Something that that wasn't there in 2022. But as you smell water, yeah, you smell water.
Okay. I have the scent of iodine on the air from salt water.
I mean, I guess we can go farther right for a bit.
I think right would be appropriate because that's what everybody kept saying is go right.
Yeah, walking around, you see the docks, and the water does smell very salty. There are a few boats small in nature. I don't have them marked, but they're there, I assure you. Some of them look very, very nice and pristine. Most of them a white color or version of white. But these boats don't have oars of any kind or sails. Not a single one of them has any kind of a sail. There's a couple of sunroofs. Looks like a tarp to keep the sun off of people. But you can't see a single sail or oar on any of the boats.
Do you think they work the same way as the carriages? Is it the same, like, bad transportation spell?
I don't know. I mean, it would make sense, though. I mean, if you think about it kind of logically, the weird carriages, the weird boats, they gotta be linked somehow. Honestly, it's just strange. The fact that these things float. I mean, anything can float. We know anything can float, but like the fact that these things float and are probably able to move somehow. I just don't get it. Okay.
You're gonna go what?
I want to go touch the water. I want to reach down and scoop up some water and smell it, see how dirty it smells.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a investigation. Just out of curiosity, when we're talking how dirty, what scale are we using? Like 0 to 10, 0 to 100? Because whatever it is about at the maximum.
I was gonna say 0 being pristine, clear, mountain spring. 10 being Galveston.
Yeah, this would be like a horse trough. You poured beer and accelerant in, and then proceeded to piss on it. It is accurate. It kind of stings the skin just a touch. You're not surprised to see absolutely no wildlife in this stuff. It smells toxic, as it is definitely full of salt. And there's a weird film on top that when you splash the water back into the water, the film remains on your hand. And as you go to wipe it off, whatever you wipe it off on has that film now.
Well,
So, yeah, don't touch the water, I say as I'm wiping it on Sana's leg.
pants leg, and Sana just kind of looks down at you and slaps your hand and says, "Don't wipe it on me." Jeez, and she kind of takes a dagger out and brushes the stuff off of her pants, kind of shedding a layer of the leather just to get rid of the suds, and flick it on the ground with the dagger she has in her hand.
The dagger starts to rust immediately.
And Sana
I'm kidding.
Sana holds it up to Yosara's
Ooh,
Right.
is this an acid that only affects metal? That could be cool.
Remember that the salt content probably is really high. With the amount of iodine you can smell from this salt water, it wouldn't surprise me it's rusting metal so quickly. Alright. And Sana kind of sees 2 paths and decides to go to the far right and just starts walking up away from you, Sara.
Wait up, girlfriend.
Alright, let's go this way. I feel confident we're gonna find that number 8 place we were told about. You know, the number 8. I think that's a lucky number, maybe. We just keep walking further and further.
Yeah, the building to your left sounds like it's some sort of a factory, but it is blocked off and badge access only, so there's nothing in there for you guys. Coming around the corner, you see a giant 8 over a building, the building immediately to your left. Looks like there's some sort of an office, and it's got a direction pointing kind of around the corner.
It's the 8, son of the 8.
I feel like I heard orifice earlier somewhere, and I don't know why, but it makes me want to laugh. Yosara. 8! The number 8! Let's go there. That's what we've been looking for.
We walk towards the number 8. I'm not exactly sure which building you were saying, Alex.
Yeah, it's a square building. You'll find it eventually.
This one right here?
Yeah, it's the building immediately above you that has the 8.
Oh, this one right here above us, so we've got to go like up this way to find it. Guess what you're telling me. Okay. Did you find the entrance, Yosara? Sana starts yelling after Yosara.
People are passing you by. Again, a few people see you, Sana. One of them kind of does a nod of approval. As you guys walk by that corner, you did it so quickly, you didn't... one of the guys, a guy with a cloth over his face, goes up to you guys and goes, "Hey, ladies, you guys looking to party?"
Not with you.
Whoa, 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 it doesn't have to be with me. I'm just here to help you get the party started, if you know what I'm saying.
Sana kind of looks at him and says, I thought a party getting started just needed for somebody to say the party started. Like, completely straight-laced, super, like, flat. Just, like, stating a fact to this guy in front of her.
Yeah, but some things help a party get going a little bit harder, you know? You want to have a hard, fun party, or...?
Sana immediately turns to you, Sarah, and says, are we partying? I don't feel like a partying, but are we partying?
That's more of Ildren's area.
Ildren? I ain't never heard it called Ildren. Are you looking for some Ildren? Because I got everything but.
No, Ildren's a person, young man. And Sana literally, like, calls him a young man, assuming she's older than him just because of how he's, like, dressed and looks to her.
Oh, young man, I hear what you're saying. Okay, so you girls looking to relax, because I got some things that can help you really relax.
I don't think you can help us. I'm sorry.
Well, if you change your mind, my name is Upgrade. Let me know. And he slinks around the corner and practically disappears into the scenery.
And Sana grabs Yusara's shoulder and goes, he vanished. What? They can do that here. Yusara, they can vanish here.
I mean, we knew magic was a thing here. Like...
Yeah, but that just confirmed it for me. Alright, let's get into this number 8 and get a room, because this place is crazy. I just can't right now.
Is this the 8, Alex?
Yes, and as you walk in, there is a small double-stalled kind of window right there. There's an old lady with a lot more facial hair than you would expect, standing behind one of the windows. She looks at you two and goes, "What do you want?"
A room for the night?
Looks at the both of you and goes, "Okay, I have plenty of rooms. You want a nice one, or you want a crappy one?"
In the middle.
I ain't got that. I only got crappy and worse. I lied about the nice.
We would prefer the nicest one of what you have, ma'am. Sana says, stepping up next to Yusara.
Honeymoon suite for the two of you. You paying by the hour, you paying by the night?
Just one night.
Okay, that'll be $246.
Do you take gold? Sana asks questioningly.
She blinks slow. Not usually. What kind of gold?
And Sana holds out 5 coins. This kind? And there's 5 coins in her hand as she holds it out for the lady to examine.
She plays with them for a second. Sure, I'll give you $3 a piece, so that'll be 80 gold.
Okay.
That's a very high lodging price for what you call a crappy room. I mean...
This is LA. What do you expect?
Well, that's just it. We wouldn't know what to expect. This is our first time here.
Clearly, I can tell. All right. For you guys, I'll give you a great deal. 75 gold.
That's 5 less than the number you just told us a second ago, Sana says.
But it comes with free breakfast.
So free food?
Well, breakfast.
Is breaking a fast not food?
Yes, it comes with free food.
Alright, hang on. And I kind of like lean on the counter a little to the lady.
Like, Sana takes her handbag of gold and like lets Yosara do her thing, like holding the gold close to her chest.
Like my partner said, we're not in this area often. We are looking for a room just for tonight. Like you kind of mentioned, but maybe a celebration. And you've already said you don't have the greatest of rooms. Could we maybe, would you take 60?
Give me a persuasion. Show me the money first.
I pull out 60 gold.
All right, I'll take 60 gold for the night.
Do we still get breakfast? Sana says behind you, Sora.
Yes, honey, you get breakfast.
I like breaking my fast, Sana says.
And I push 60 gold coins towards the lady.
She collects them very quickly and begins to put them behind the little desk area. Yeah, she reaches behind and grabs a small metallic key. It says number 7. She slides it over to you. Number 7. Rooms are to the left. You'll find it. It has the number 7 on the door.
Thank you, ma'am. Walk away.
All right, as you walk away, give me your perception.
Both of us, or just one of us?
Just one.
Okay. Let her do it.
You're nat 20, you realize she's not putting the gold into the cash register. She's putting it into her pockets.
Good to know. All right.
And Sana just kind of smiles and trots after you, Sora. Just kind of happy to know that she'll get to break her fast in the morning.
Rooms are to the left, as in this door?
Rooms to the left, as in this area.
Oh. Can we open that? Yeah, we can. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this
You guys
our room?
open the door, and it's nicer than what I made it look. There's a queen size bed, small end table. The shades can go up and down. There's a small box with the number 72 on it, and it seems to be grinding in there. You're not sure what it's grinding 72 of, but as it's grinding, whatever this is, a cool air is coming out. It smells dank and almost toxic, but it's not currently grinding up anything. You can't find the slot of whatever would go in there to grind it. There's a small pot with some little packets of things on the table. There's a sink, which, sinks are rare, but I would think that you guys have seen at least some form of running water, especially you, Sana, who's lived in the more noble areas.
Yes.
They would be rare, but they would exist. This one, of course, looks very different.
I checked the temperature
Yeah.
of both nozzles, realizing that hot and cold water are both receivable.
Come
And I
out of
turned
the
to your
same
Sora.
spigot here, which is
and I'm
crazy.
like, sorry, this is great. We're getting hot and cold. You know how rare that is here? And
Yeah.
in normal places, I should say. Considering
Much
where
to
we
your
are.
dismay, there's no bedpan in here, but there is a small room on the side that has a bowl full of water.
And Sana says, this looks similar to what my cousin was trying to make us do. Betcha.
Drink out of it.
Betcha you drink out of it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look, there's
again,
even glasses over here. And Sana picks up a glass and scoops up water.
And as you pick up the glass, it crumples almost completely in your hand. It is very, very flimsy, though it is translucent, like the glass blower. You blew it, but you could crush it, but it reforms its shape. It's the weirdest glass you've ever had. And here's the thing, Sana. Every time you do it, it crinkles with a...
And Sana just starts going... And she goes over to Yasara and goes, look at it. And she starts holding it and crinkling in front of Yasara. Just holding the cup, and yeah, just like that, just until Yosara kind of gets frustrated with her, probably. She's waiting for Yosara's reaction to her crinkling the cup in her face.
I've never seen a glass bend like that.
Right? I've never seen this material before either. And Sana goes...
Oh, also, it goes without saying, the room is pretty dark. There's only a couple of little tiny crystalline lights on the number that says, on the thing that says 72. Granted, you guys have dark vision, so you're fine in here, but there's no torches or candles or anything like that.
Is there a lock on the door?
Yes.
I'd like to lock the door.
Yeah, it's unlike any lock you've ever seen before, but, you know, doors have had locks for a long time, and after playing around with it for a little while, you realize you turn, a piece of metal comes out, and okay, it bolts the door, you know. It's different architecture, but it's not super complicated to figure out.
Donna lays back on the bed and is kind of like, yeah, this is really... And she starts bouncing a little bit. This is kind of soft. It's kind of nice. And she kind of
as you bounce, the bed makes a kerkink of like some sort of a almost metal under it, but how metal would be so flimsy, who knows?
I swear I'm hearing metal as I'm bouncing on this bed, but that makes no sense. Why would you put metal under a bed? Oh well. It's quite comfy. I should probably take off my armor though. And Sana sits back up and starts removing her armor and the fastenings, gently setting it down on this weird table that she sees in front of the bed.
I don't know, just be ready in case we have to leave quickly. I don't know. Something about this kind of gives me the creeps.
I am very efficient at taking on and off my armor, so I can assure you I will lay it near the bed, right near my hands to be able to take it on and off, and I will have my sword upon my chest, ready to slay any who should come into our room. Sana says confidently as she removes her armor and places it on the side of the bed that's closest to the door, trying to reassure Yosara that nothing would get past her should Yosara sleep on the other side of the bed that's away from the door.
Alright, I mean, I guess it's... Do you want to sleep in shifts, or...?
We could sleep in shifts. But with the door locked, we should brace it some more, and we could sleep together and just truly try and get our full night's rest.
Okay, I mean, this door doesn't seem all that heavy if we... like the bed, or... Is there like a table, like the table in front of it, maybe?
I got it, Sana says as she goes up and literally, like, lifts the table up and shoves it right up against the door.
You guys want to do anything else before you go to bed?
She proceeds to then take the weird box and set that on top of it, and then basically tries to pull the dresser, which she succeeds pulling this weird dresser and shoves it up against the door as well. So it's a weird stack of like table, box, and door.
All
and
doable.
Dresser. And she said, I don't think anyone's gonna get through this. I'll make sure to close the blinds fully as well.
Yeah, I want to look out the window and just see what is outside.
Okay. As you look out the window, yeah, you see that one guy who was trying to sell you a party earlier. He's out there, and he's talking on one of those little square devices, kind of walking back and forth around your room. If you want to roll a perception to get what he's saying, I'll let you do that. Yeah, you get pieces including innocent enough. Yeah, she had horns. It was weird. No. The other ones weren't there. Just the one with horns. Yeah.
Fauna is taking off her armor by the bed, completely ignoring whatever Yosara is doing.
Hearing that, okay. I'm just gonna tell Sana that I think we maybe either sleep in shifts or just be prepared to have to fight. And then I will shift Mask of Many Faces to also look like I have horns, like Sona.
Okay.
Does that mean we're Twinkies? Sana says excitedly as she looks at Yosara, who starts to like grow horns on her head.
We can't let you be the only one sticking out here.
Yay, Sana says with a big smile on her face. Because it's been a while since anyone else in the Tiefling realm, or any of her siblings or ancestors or family is alive. So seeing Yosara transform has kind of warmed Sana's heart quite immensely.
Sure. As the night goes by, you notice a couple of zombies crawling across, slinking across, heading to where this guy was trying to sell you the party. They seem to be doing some sort of a transaction, and then the zombies begin to linger off. Some of them run off really, 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 really fast.
So we took turns making sure to watch over each other, each of us getting 5 to 4 hours of sleep.
Sure. Yeah, as you guys are sleeping in shifts, go ahead and give me a first roll to see how the night goes. Just give me a D10. Okay, Yosara, as you're doing your first shift, the night, it's actually very easy to stay awake. There's so many weird sounds. Everything from shouting to dogs barking to this weird wee 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 sound that seems to be going by. At one point, you feel a rumble, and you swear to God you hear a dragon screaming overhead with the... At no point in the entire night is there ever a moment of any kind of silence, and there is this weird, continuous, incessant talking coming from next door. It is just going and droning on and on and on, and it keeps saying things like, and your prize, go ahead and make a bet. Go ahead and spin the wheel, and I would love to see you win that. Just give me one more guess. Oh, I'm sorry. Better luck next time. Just seems to be going on and on next door.
Okay. I hope I can sleep now. It's really loud. Alright.
Sana, who had literally just passed out on the bed because
right.
It was the most comfortable bed she slept on in quite a long time, wakes up.
Probably for the both of you, yeah.
Wakes up and says, okay, it's my turn. I got my good 5 hours. I'll be all right. Let me take the rest of this shift. Do your best to go to... And like, as soon as Yosara lays on the bed, she's out. Because again, it's the most comfortable bed either of them have slept on in quite a long time.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
Yeah, even when you get past the bed bugs, like it's not even...
Like, we end up actually laying on top, because we know bed bugs, we know. So we end up laying on top of our own blankets in a sense to protect us. But like, it's so nice and comfy that we're just out. And so Sana's like sitting at the window. She's got the blinds, like she's sitting in a sense like in a crouched position, leaning slightly against the wall, just enough to see out in both directions should she turn her head, but mostly looking down towards the door to make sure no one comes upon it, and just listening to the sounds. It's a canopy of sounds around her. Similar to what Yosara said, she's just like, wow, this place just is constantly making noise.
Yeah. And right around the deepest part of the morning, you hear a knocking at the door. It's a little faint, but it's powerful. It's a steady 3 knock of knock, knock, knock.
Sana moves over to the door, sword in hand, and easily shoves the dresser that's like up against the wall to the left. And then she takes this weird TV thing and sets it to her right, and then rolls the table to her right and unlocks the latch that she saw Ishara holding her sword in a combative stance, left-handed at this moment because the way the door is, she opens it and says, yes.
Yeah, hey, so, again, this is Upgrade. I was talking to you about partying earlier, but you weren't interested, and that's totally fine, but we'll get it next time around. So, right now, I just want to ask you...
And Sana stops him immediately, opening the door, sword fully drawn, and says, no. Sword fully on display, pointed at his jugular, right at his throat, and says, I don't want to party right now. You need to leave.
He steps back slightly. Yeah, tonight's not about tonight's party, or, well, what's left of the morning's party. I was actually going to ask you, were you down at Mike and Mike's house? Did you party with him last night?
I do not know of who you refer, and to be honest, I don't want to know. Please step away and do not knock on this door again, Sana says. Full, like, straight-faced, no nonsense, doesn't want to talk, and starts to close the door on him, not wanting to hear anything else that he has to say at this time.
Roll intimidation.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I gotta intimidate the shit out of this guy. I got it. It's intimidated the crap out of him.
He's not even going to try to counter that as he steps back. Hey, no problem there, Big Mama. I completely understand. That's a nice sword you have. Let's go, guys. And you hear several zombies come lumbering after him.
Sana immediately shuts and locks the door and moves everything back in its place, stationing herself back by the window curtain, which is just enough for her to see either direction should she need to.
Give me a perception roll.
Okay. That's bad. I'm not very good at perception. Oh, okay. I'm better than I thought it was.
Yeah, you hear him talking quietly. But again, he said, yeah, she had a sword. There was another one in there with him. It had horns too. And that's it.
Sana, recognizing the communication that she's heard between this random, obviously now a narcotic or druggy type dealer that deals in hash and opium as she knows it, realizes that they're talking about her and Yosara, and she's gonna make sure that they don't hurt either of them. Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. And so Sana waits until the sun crosses the buildings near her and she sees the light of the new day.
Yeah, nothing happens over the night.
Before awaking Yosara, saying, hey, it's morning now, Yosara. We can go break our fast with the weird lady that took our gold for this room.
Oh yeah, free breakfast. All right.
Free food.
Yep. I mean, maybe we should put this stuff back where it goes first.
I got it, Sana says confidently, and she immediately starts shoving things back in their spot and lifting stuff and putting it back where it was. No hesitation on her end.
It's probably fine.
And the room doesn't look the same as when they arrived in it. Sana knows this, but she says, it's good enough. I doubt they'll notice.
Probably fine.
And armor is back on. Sana's fully armored up, and she looks at Yosara and says, horns look good on you.
Thanks.
And she proceeds to unlock the door and looks first, making sure that Yosara would not be hurt, and then lets her go before she exits.
Sana, as you have, I'm going to go ahead and call that a long rest. As you have used a single spell slot, you're going to go ahead and get that back.
Okay.
Yosara, if you have any of your daily use spells, you'll get them back, and your any spells you've used from Pact of Magic, you'll get back. But strangely, even though you've lost a little, you've taken a little bit of damage from your cuts, they didn't really heal. Now you can use a hit dice if you want to heal them, but it wouldn't be your normal healing, and you know that your wounds didn't normally heal like they normally do.
You talking to me or to her?
Both of you. You both have taken just a couple of damage. So if you want to use a hit dice to take away the 5 to 10 points of damage, 6 and 7 points of damage that you've had, you can. But
I think she's gonna just decide to trudge on because, to be honest, she feels
totally
the weird vibe of this place and is just kind of like, yeah, not
but
worth
you
it.
do instinctively know your wounds did not heal at night. But you are able to use hit dice to heal them. I'm going to call it a forced healing. Not to be confused with force healing.
Different game.
Different. Yeah.
Very different game. Let's not go there.
I'm gonna go and search.
I think you're playing Star Wars wrong.
I'm probably I play Star Wars the way I want to. All right. Okay. Oh, Alex.
Rip Alex.
Oh, you okay? Sorry,
Yeah.
chat. Give us 1 second. You good, Alex?
Yeah. Bad connection.
Our DM is on the struggle bus. 1 second.
He's also having technical issues.
I mean, that's what the struggle bus is to me. Anytime we're streaming. Sorry.
First one, then the other. All right. Should be
Okay.
back.
All right.
All right, yeah. You notice a small place, smells like food. Small room, there's about 8-10 people in there. They all look like a little disheveled, though waking up in the morning. You smell a potent, bitter, dark-looking liquid that people seem to be congregating around. Everyone seems to grab a cup.
And
There's also several kinds of juices. You see different kinds of foods, though you don't really recognize much of it except for the small circular pastries.
Sana kind of nudges Yosar. Oh my god, Yosar, I've heard about this. That smell. You smell that dark smell, that roasting smell? It's coffee. Beans. And Sana is super excited about the fact that there's coffee beans being brewed.
Yosara is just nonplussed. Just
Okay, look. I
Do
understand you've probably not had this before, considering you've been in Titania's realm a long time, but this is the newest trend, across the normal realm. You have to try this coffee beans. I mean, when they're brewed into a tea with just water, and if you add a little bit of sugar and the tiniest bit of milk, you honestly don't really need milk. The sugar just is what I like because I like sugar. But anyways, you're gonna love it. And Sana immediately runs up and pushes everyone aside and starts getting herself 2 cups of the coffee, literally kind of shoving everyone very gently. She's not being too aggressive, but she just
12-ounce cups? 2
moves
12-ounce cups of coffee?
She immediately gets 2 copies and
Okay.
grabs what she reads is the sugar, and she grabs this pitcher of milk and
sure.
runs back, sets it near a table, and motions for Yosara to come sit down with her. Super excited, ready to share this experience with Yosara.
Yes.
okay. So I just put this, and I pour some sugar in.
And if you don't like just the sugar, there's this, and she shoves this little small tiny pitcher version that looks like it has what Yosara realizes it's probably cream. It's probably cream.
All right. Well, let's try this coffee, I guess.
And Sana grabs her cup and goes, yeah, and just chugs half of it, and says he goes, and there's obviously a cloud of hot vapor.
Resistant, so you would have no trouble with that. But Yosara, it would be pretty hot for you.
I very hesitantly take a little sip, just.
Oh, the flavor's terrible. It is bitter. It tastes dark. How is that a thing? Yeah, you can tell that there's some sweet and some milk in there, some other stuff, but it almost forms like a film and sticks to your tongue as the fat from the cream boils up to the top. I mean, it is quite an experience.
And then as she sits there and is stewing kind of with this weird face, and Sana goes, wait for it. And then suddenly it's a switch is flipped. Suddenly Yosara feels this zing hit her mind from her stomach to her head as the caffeine starts absorbing. And she
It
just
is
kind of
highly
looks
caffeinated, and you've never had it before, so yeah, you guys would be pretty susceptible to it. You
And
chugged
Sana-
your whole thing.
And Sana was chugging it slowly and just slits her cup down and goes, what do you think? And she's starting to already get a little bit hyper because she's so into this.
No, Yosara just sits there with no effect because that would fall under poison.
Yep.
Yeah, it has no effect on it. I just sip it and yeah, Sana, that's certainly a new experience.
And Sana just kind of gets this disappointed look and goes, you're a moon, aren't you?
Drug?
It's not a drug, hun. It's literally a stimulant to wake up the brain, Sana says. And she shakes her head and says, go get whatever else you want. Just bring me back some sausage.
I feel this is what every Scorpio has said hanging out with every Taurus.
Look,
Oh, the shade against the astrological signs that just happened.
if I can't get drunk, I don't think your coffee is going to affect me either.
Well, I can't get drunk, but coffee sends a nice zing up to my brain. But you know what? Just go ahead and fill us some plates up. Bring me back whatever sausage meats they have. I definitely want a lot of the meat that's available, please. I got you a drink. I'd appreciate some more.
I'll do that. And Yosara gets up, like, ready to go get plates. She's like, as she's walking away, kind of mutters to Sana. She's like, but you can't get drunk. I've seen it.
And Sana just goes, "Ah." Yeah, that's not wrong. And Sana just kind of like puts her hand on the table and like her elbow, and it just kind of like collapses into it, just like, she's not wrong. And just waits for her to bring back whatever she finds at the weird setup that they have there.
Yeah, you get sausage, egg, a couple of pastries, a bagel with some cream cheese, a couple other just random things. It's nothing special, but it's, it's different.
I get a glass of whatever fruit juice there was.
Oh yeah. There's orange juice and apple juice.
Bring this all back to the table. I'm like, all right.
Sure. So as you guys are going through this, being that you guys have been in the Forgotten Realms and the Fey Realm, the minute you bite into the sausage, the taste of salt is overpowering, and this is the first time either one of you have ever had meat that did not taste like meat. It tastes like salt. There's a couple other hints of flavors in there, but that's about it. There's almost no flavor to it.
I immediately spit it out. Like, there's no hesitation on my end to spitting it out and just kind of looking at it. And I decide to take a bite of the eggs and then a bite of the fruit to see if it's different.
It's very little taste as well, although you detect a cheese aftertaste, but the cheese is such a powerful tasting cheese. It's almost like your brain tells you it's poison, but it doesn't taste poisonous. It just tastes overpowering and somehow false, like the cheese is a lie.
And then my brain kind of goes, blah, 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 and like eggs start falling and you get down onto the plate. I'm just like,
yeah.
Look, man, I've eaten worse on missions. Like,
I'm sorry. Maybe it's just from where I was raised, Sana says, emphasizing the raising. But this isn't food. This is dirt.
The pastry is a level of overpowering sweet. It almost curls the lips. It is the sweetest thing you have ever tasted.
Sana devours the pastry with no hesitation.
Yosara gets an idea and takes her pastry and dunks it in her coffee.
Come here. Yeah, that would totally do it. Mixing a little bit of sweet and everything else. Come here, pup.
And Sana like devours the pastry and chugs the rest of the coffee.
Oh, do you want me to give you some lotion?
How are you?
Someone's getting ready. You want it in the hand?
Look at the pretty blonde hair.
Yeah, she just took a bath and she's all clean and now she's playing with the lotion.
Hi. She can't hear us. I
Say
know
hi.
she can't.
You say hi?
Hi.
You say hi. She knows there's people.
I know you know we're here.
You nervous?
You just so
Do you want to
sweet.
dance? You want to dance?
I think
Nah,
she's very
I'm good.
confused. Very confused.
Yeah, she knows something's going on. She knows I can hear you, but she's not sure why. She can't hear you. Do you want to hear them?
You
Wanna hear
listen?
Hello?
Hi. We're right here. Can you hear us? Hi. Sorry, chat. We're totally distracted by Alex's baby.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
This
Yeah, sorry,
she's
guys.
adorable.
This whole stream has been a bit of a clusterfuck. It's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah, well. Like I said, I had tonight planned just in case, somebody missed and I still wanted to do something.
Hey, one day I'll have a baby I can put on stream until I just wait. You just wait, woman.
Subtle exploitation.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, but the pastry is overwhelmingly sweet. Dunking it in the coffee helps. Yeah, it kind of mixes the bitter, and so there's some flavor other than sweet. That's a microphone.
See, coffee's useful, Sana. Like, this is better.
Well, hey, whatever way you want to do, drink it. I am totally happy with it.
So then
my portion of the breakfast, regardless of it tasting shitty.
Yeah, we eat what we can. I mean, each of us has our own taste.
Well,
we
the
eat
last
what we
thing
can.
there is the bagel, and as you take a bite of the bagel, you hear an angelic choir. Suddenly, the clouds open up, and you have discovered that food here does have meaning, as the bagel is the best bagel you have ever had in your entire life. It is a pastry that is slightly sweet, and yet somehow not. It has a nice cream top filling. This cheese made of cream or cream made of cheese, you're not sure, but it is delicious. It is as Kale made it himself. As if.
Wow, that's... And Sana's like holding it like for inspection. And she kind of motions to Yusara to pick hers up.
Yusara's already eaten like all of hers.
And Sana just like, you can't have mine. And she starts devouring it, like shoving it into her mouth, like making sure Yosara doesn't get any of hers because she loves it just as much as Yosara does.
All right, well, at least there's one pastry we like.
I mean, at least we have something we both like, is what you should say. All right.
The last thing you guys notice there is something called Sirhi Hole. There are two of them. One that are loops, described as fruity. The other one, Charms of Luck.
I'm gonna take the fruity ones, Sana says as she kind of grabs the box and looks at it really confused, but she likes fruit. She knows she likes fruit. You know, Soon used to make fresh fruit in the fields all the time. And she kind of opens the box and all she gets is like a whoop of sugar in her face. And she's just like, maybe not.
Absolutely trying the Lucky Charms, just like...
Yeah, as you open them, you notice two different kinds of feed in there. One looks like some sort of a cow or pig feed. It is dense and crunchy and seems void of substance or flavor. The other ones are colored. You see hearts, stars, horseshoes, clovers, and balloons, pots of gold, and mushrooms, and the red balloons. I can't remember it.
It's rainbows and red balloons.
Rainbows, pots of gold and rainbows, and the red balloons.
Yeah, thanks. The fact that I remember that just
hearts, stars, horseshoes, clovers, and balloons, pots of gold and rainbows, and the red balloons.
Yes. We're not gonna chat. We're not gonna even dissect the fact that I remember that, and Alex doesn't. We're gonna move past the fact. I don't eat any of the cereal, and I just kind of watch Yusara seeing what she does with her portion of what looks like literally horse feed to Sana.
I mean, I imagine that I experienced something similar to candy in the Feywild.
Sure.
So my brain kind of thinks of that, and I'm like, might be nice.
Oh yeah, you get a total sugar rush from it. It's pure sweet, but yet the texture as you bite down into it, it's satisfyingly crunchy, but it does stick to your fangs, the roof of your mouth, and kind of get into all the crevices in your mouth. Just, yeah.
Okay.
It's weird. I don't know. It's good though. Like try one of the sweet ones.
No.
Yeah,
Sana says,
oh.
you know, no, I'm already full from salt, bagely weird bread goodness, and coffee. I'm good. And Sana starts standing up and says, I think we should start making our way further into the city to figure out how we can move on to the next round. Maybe.
What did you do with the other cup of coffee?
It's gone.
Threw it away?
Oh no, it's gone. It's in my stomach.
Drank it? Yeah.
Like,
so you drank 24 ounces of high caffeinated coffee. Okay.
I stole it back from you, Sarah, once she was finished
No
dunking
worries.
her pastry, and I drank the rest of it after making it the way I wanted it. It's gone.
I looked around the room. Is there like someone monitoring the food, or is it just people coming and going?
Nope. People coming in and out. Nobody's monitoring the food. Nobody cares.
I go up and put a couple boxes of cereal and as many bagels as I can and some pastries and stuff into my bag for later.
Sure.
Just in case.
We'll call it 10 bagels and 6 boxes of cereal. The little small travel-sized ones.
Sana is literally just standing by the coffee machine, filling her flask, just trying to like not let people see she's not filling a cup, but she's just putting coffee in her like skin, which normally has water, and she sees Yosara look at her, and she's like, "Don't judge me."
The coffee, as you're filling it, the coffee does go empty, but you got half a flask of coffee.
I'm good with that.
About 20 ounces.
I'm good with
as
that.
you walk away, everyone's just like, but one of the guys is like, no, you know who she is? She's that one girl in that thing. Clearly having no idea what the movie is, but he wants people to think he knows.
And Sana just confidently walks out the door, out into the street, not even caring who they were and why they were talking about her.
With that, Yosara, after eating all of that sugar and not having any coffee, you are hasted, and you crash. And it's over. It was a wild ride for about 10 steps, but being that you are poison immune, it hit you real quick and then left your system real fast. So you got about 6 hasted steps, and then, yeah.
And Sana kind of looks at you like, "You good? You kind of moved a bit fast there for a second. You good?"
Yeah, the food here is kind of weird. I don't know. I think I'm fine though.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm great, Sana says, like overly enthusiastic.
He
Like
pulls
wide awake, just like, "I'm great."
Okay. All right, we found lodging. We realized that the guards here are not really gonna be helpful. Fuck. I don't know where Ildren's gonna be.
I mean, we need to find a way to teleport out of here, don't you think? Like, at least ask the exit of the area so we can find the... You know, remember the Cinderland when we had to find the portal thing? Betcha. Yeah. Betcha there's somewhere we have to be to teleport into the next realm, don't you think?
Maybe.
It matters for some places, it doesn't matter for other, based off arbitrary reasons.
Based off the whims of the DM.
Yeah. Well, it was designed where the deeper into the Fey realm you were, the more organized everything was. The closer to the edge, the less organized. But you guys are actually, you're pretty far on the edge now, so there's a lot less structure to the worlds. But Ildren is currently missing.
I don't know, I guess we have to try and find Ildren.
Another lost member of our party. I mean, I suppose we should ask around. You know, I'm gonna call him a woman, considering his long hair. It's inevitable.
Yeah, we can take a break.
All right. Break time, chat. Time for pre-break.
Pre-break or P-break?
The second one that the DM says. The second one that the DM says. Ladies and gentlemen, this girl has had wine. Enjoy. I'm gonna turn the music up and mute everybody else. We'll be right back. We're just taking a pee break. Actual pee break. I mean, I don't have to go pee, but everybody else does. Go ahead, Private. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Mwah. Thank you for being. Hope you like it enough to subscribe. We do try and do every Wednesday when we can. We just miss some people occasionally. We're trying to get better at that. We're gonna get there. Good night. Thank you so much for subscribing. We really appreciate it. For anybody else that's out there, we appreciate your subscription and your support of us. We're doing our best to continue to grow as a D&D stream and a D&D YouTube channel. So thank you guys so much for all your support. I hope you'll continue to join us every time we stream. And don't worry, we'll be back. We'll be continuing to stream shortly. We just usually take a break around, you know, the 2-hour mark. We usually do about 3 to 4 hours every night. So this is just a little different as one of our members is unfortunately unavailable last minute. Matt, hi. I messaged you. Respond. Don't be asleep, please. I mean, I know it's late over there, but seriously, I'm curious. Good night, Ply. Sleep well. Get good rest for your work tomorrow. I know I'm gonna pass out after this, that's for sure. Gotta take off the makeup though. Just a one-time thing. Yeah, sorry. We've been having a semi-private conversation. Sorry, chat. We've been waiting for Alex. He's taking a bit longer, but the baby is important, so we understand.
So
And
now we're
yes.
just talking about whiskey recommendations.
Yes, this is true. This is very true.
Which I will do a shameless plug because I love this brand. If you like whiskey and you're one of the people who does whiskey hunting at bars, you probably haven't seen it because it's fairly new. Barrel. Barrel Spirits, they do ryes and bourbons. They're two main ones that they have an infinite barrel project, which is really good and constantly changing. And then they have their Dovetail, Seagrass, and then another. My favorite is the Seagrass. It's a triple cask finish in Madeira Port, Martinique rum, and apricot brandy cask. Super good.
Sounds really awesome.
Proof, they start at like 16 proof, so they're all overproofed. Fantastic whiskeys if you are ever looking for a recommendation. There you go. Professional.
And you guys, she is truly a professional. Like, she does this for a living, so do not hesitate. But no, you didn't think it was broken, Matt. We were just having a discussion and a talk on the break, as we should say, because we're waiting for our DMM to come back. Yes, that is true. Matt did buy a sign that says Whiskey Wednesday.
All right, Matt, do you have a favorite whiskey?
Please tell. Come on, show and tell.
I'm just gonna grill chat while we wait for Alex to come back.
Matt likes whiskey. We know Matt likes whiskey. I know Matt likes whiskey, I should say. So here's really funny. So when I went to the liquor store last time, I got all these shots for the stream I did, and it went well.
That took so long.
You're good. Yeah, your favorite whiskey, Matt. Share. But so I got all these shots, but what I did was I went down the aisles and I looked for anything wine based that was out of the country. New Zealand, France, Italy, no California, not even Oregon. And I like some Oregon wine occasionally, but like no US. So my whole entire liquor cabinet over there is nothing but wine now. And of course my hard liquors, which I only have a couple of now. There's like 3 of them, but just like the wine I'm drinking tonight, it's from France. The others are mostly Italian because I love Italian wine. And yeah, I hate California wine. No offense to people that like California wine.
Same. Not a fan of California wine, really.
I don't know
at all.
what they do to it. They just do something different that doesn't make it as smooth and as clean, as simple. And it doesn't matter if it's like an actual cork or a screw top, because this is a screw top. This one that I have tonight. A lot of the other ones are actual corks, but like it's just there's something in how the Californians do wine. It's not the same. I don't know why. Sorry, we've been talking alcohol while you've been gone.
Hello? Yeah, sorry, it's
okay. You have a bebe.
I do.
We were also wondering, with the fact that Ildren is missing, how we wanted to go about this.
Tonight's actually a good place to call it. We probably should have done that instead of doing a break, but
It's okay. We've had good conversation. You saw her and I.
Yeah. I thought this would just be kind of fun to go around and do a little bit of world building when somebody wasn't here. So keeping this kind of a session in my back pocket just in case.
I like it.
All right, so fun fact to end the stream with. DM, quick. What is your favorite alcohol?
Oh, I'm a whiskey fan.
Okay, hold on.
Specific brand.
All right, Matt says he has a bottle of the Woodford Reserve Kentucky Derby bourbon. Absolute favorite.
Woodford Reserve is definitely good stuff. I've got a bottle of...
but he says his favorite whiskey would probably be Blue Label. I don't know what that
Hanson
is.
over here, that's pretty good.
Ooh.
The only problem with it is I can never get it open once I close it, so... This cap is actually really good, and it's a pain in the ass. Yeah, I know. It's actually hard to open.
Is it a glass top?
It is.
Yeah, they suck.
You know what you should do is you should invest in a good decanter of some kind. Not a decanter, but like an actual bottle yourself that's easy to open but seals it nicely. And then open it once, pour it in that, and then always serve yourself from that.
Just not put the top on all the way and pop it off whenever I want.
Or buy a pour spout and put a pour spout in it.
Yeah, I could do that.
I like the bartender's recommendation. So he says my real favorite whiskey comes from North Carolina. It is in a mason jar.
That's moonshine, not whiskey.
Oh, hon, that is totally
True.
moonshine, not whiskey. I could tell you that, and I'm from the South.
All right, Ruby, what's your favorite liquor? Like specific brand, go.
Ooh. Okay, hold on. So it's weird, and I'll tell you why it's weird, because I drink a lot of different liquors. But my favorite right now is 2 different kinds. And that's because they're most common. So this is the favorite rum I like. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a coconut rum. It's called Blue Chair Bay. And it's better than any other coconut rum I've had thus far. And I like it because my friends and I like a lot of fruity drinks, my girlfriends and I. But then when it's just me, I had a specific tequila that I got from Mexico that I was like in love with, right? Problem is, when I went back, they didn't have it available, which was really annoying. So I've invested in this one.
Lunazol's pretty good.
And
I've had
it's
that.
not the best, but it's definitely been doing me well lately. And these are the 2 I have in-house all the time. And then I have a plethora of wines. I drink Tito's vodka when I want vodka, which is rare, but I have a whole bottles of Tito's just in case. And that's like it for hard liquor, really. The rest of it's just wine on the shelf. Literally just like a huge variety of Pinot Noir, Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, all that. That's me. My mom and I drink wine. My dad actually will drink wine, but that's, yeah, he rarely drinks. So what about you?
I drink gin like a psychopath. My favorite gin is Citadel's Jardin d'Été. It's a very like fruity, floral, summery gin.
I heard gin is one of the easiest things to decant, or what do they call it, where they mix it with others? Infuse. There we go.
Yes, I love making infusions. I actually used to do a lot for my old bar. I did
Nice.
if you've heard of Seersucker, it's a very citrusy forward gin. It's a Texas-based one.
I feel
We
like
did
I've heard of that.
And we did green cardamom, like orange and mandarin peel and lemongrass infused into the seersucker, and it was delicious.
Did you ever do, and then you might not have had a chance, but have you ever tried to do blood oranges from like Italy, blood oranges, and infuse them into it? Because that sounds like it would be phenomenal.
I did a blood orange limoncello for a seasonal.
I'm coming to visit you.
I'm telling you, our in-person D&D session needs to be close to my house. So
I
can make
mean,
it-
I
It
can
does sound
visit
fun.
easily. Alex and Emily can visit easily. And we just got to plan this in advance and it'll make it happen. By the way, Matt says moonshine is whiskey. Laugh out loud. If you ever see moonshiners, I did get my hands on a jar of Mark and Digger's hazelnut rum. That was really good. Sharing. Impressive. Not gonna lie. So yeah, I'm just...
Well, thank you, everyone, for watching our silliness today.
It's total silliness.
We've had, the show must go on. Some changes flowing around. It's good.
Yeah.
We're having fun. We're keeping up with our world still.
And we are going to have new people soon. We're going to develop this. By the time we get into November, we're going to have a full crew, full stream. Everything's going to be going. We have some ideas to develop our TikTok. I promise we're expanding. We're going to be growing. Ideas are coming down the pipeline. We're just having to get everything lined up just right to make it all happen. But it's going to happen. And we really hope you guys will stick with us and continue to support us as we go into this next phase of For the Win, because it's coming.
Cool. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Nice and strong. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I'm going to be cutting the stream off now. Give me 1 second. Thanks for supporting us. See us back next Wednesday.